sorry to interrupt, but we have a trade coming in right now from our Adrian Wojnarowski. The Brooklyn Nets are trading James Harden to Philadelphia.
James Harden. I tell you, he's the best one-on-one player I may have ever seen.
He can pull up long-range three. He's got a mid-range game. He's got a nasty handle. James Harden is the greatest scorer in the game today. This brother is something special. He's that sensational.
He's one of the great offensive players we have ever seen in the history of this game.
But I'm just telling you, the way the game is called today, he's the best one-on-one player I've ever seen.
Yo, what is up, everyone? Now, as I'm sure you all know, James Harden recently got traded to the 76ers, and ever since he put that 76ers uniform on, he has been balling out. So with that being said, I thought today I would show you all how to make the best, most unstoppable James Harden build here on 2K22. Now, this build is unstoppable. This build will get almost 30 shooting badge upgrades, so that means the build can basically shoot from anywhere. This build will unlock park dunks, and obviously this is James Harden, so of course I made sure this build can dribble. Also, this build will have a pretty unique name. I honestly haven't seen too many people with this build in the neighborhood. Now, real quick, before we head over to the My Player Builder, if you want to see more build videos like these, all I'm gonna ask you to do is to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, then just comment who you think I should make next. Now, with all that out of the way, let's head over to the My Player Builder so we can get started. Alright, now just a reminder, if you want to see more gameplay, there will be some more towards the end of this video, so make sure you don't miss that. Now, getting started with the build, you can go ahead and make your first and your last name whatever you want. Moving on to the position. Now, after comparing the point guard position and the shooting guard position, I noticed the shooting guard gets like 3 more badge upgrades, so that's why I went with the shooting guard position. Now, for your hand, you can always pick whatever one you prefer, but this build is modeled after James Harden, so you already know I went with the left hand for my build. Then for your jersey number, Harden currently wears number 1, so pick that if you want it. Now let's click continue. Okay, moving on to the pie charts. Now, James Harden is or was considered as one of the best offensive players to ever play. When you just think about everything he can do, it's actually ridiculous. Like, he can shoot from anywhere, he can attack the basket, and obviously he can play make. So the pie chart that I ended up going with is the mainly shooting and a little bit of finishing pie chart. With this pie chart, we should be able to play exactly like Harden. Now, we are getting Hall of Fame shooting badges, and I'm gonna show you guys the badges a little bit later in this video, so make sure you don't miss that. Now, moving on to the physical profile, you probably already know what I'm gonna say. You wanna pick the one with the most speed. So moving on, here is where we set our potential. Like always, we're just gonna go ahead and start off in the finishing category. So for your close shot, you wanna max it out. Then you want to max out your driving layup, and of course max out your driving dunk. Then last, you want to put your standing dunk on 47. Alright, now moving down to the shooting category, you want to max out your mid-range shot. Of course, you want to max out your 3-point shot, max your free throw, then just put your post fade on 92. So as you can see, just like I said in the intro, we are getting almost 30 shooting badge upgrades. As you can see, we got 27 here. Now, moving on to the playmaking category, you want to put your pass accuracy on 76. Then you want to max out your ball handling. Moving on to the defense and rebounding category, you want to max out your perimeter defense, max out your lateral quickness, max your steal, then just put your defensive rebound on 64. So after that, you will see we get 12 finishing, 27 shooting, 12 playmaking, and 5 defensive. Like always, go ahead and let me know in the comment section by looking at the attributes and the badges if you think this build reminds you of James Harden. In my opinion, if I could get a couple more playmaking badge upgrades, I think that would be perfect, but honestly, 12 playmaking isn't that bad. Also, keep in mind, we only have 12 playmaking because we have so many shooting badge upgrades, and honestly, I'd rather have shooting than playmaking. That's just me. But anyways, moving on to the body shape. You guys can pick whatever body shape you want. I went with built for my James Harden build. Now moving on to the height. In real life, James Harden is 6'5", so I wanted to stay true to that and make this build 6'5". Now for your weight, in order to get the max amount of speed for this build, you want to make your weight 179. Moving on to the wingspan. Now I wanted to get my ball handling to an 80 just so I can unlock a lot more dribbling animations. So in order to do that, you want to put your wingspan on 78.8, and there you go, you got it to an 80. Now moving on to the takeover. As you can see, you have a lot of options. You can pick the sharpshooting, the shot creating, the slashing, and the playmaking. But out of all these takeovers, there's only one takeover that will just fit this build perfect, and that is going to be the sharpshooting takeover. So after that, you will see that we have built a shot creator. Honestly, in my opinion, that name just fits James Harden perfect. Let me know what you think. Now real quick, before we get into the gameplay and the badges, I just want to thank you all who have made it this far into the video, and I want to remind you all to make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now let's go ahead and get into these badges. Okay, now like always, we're just gonna start off in the finishing category. So the first badge is Fearless Finisher, and you want to put that on gold. Then you want to put Limitless Takeoff on gold. Posterizer, obviously you want to have on gold. Then last, you want to put Slithery Finisher on gold. So that's gonna be it for the finishing. Now moving on to the shooting category, the first badge is Sniper, and you want that on Hall of Fame. Then you want to put Stop and Pop on Hall of Fame, Rhythm Shooter on Hall of Fame, Green Machine on gold, Chef on Hall of Fame, Deadeye on Hall of Fame. Then last, you just want to put Blinders on Hall of Fame. So that's gonna be it for the shooting. Now moving on to the playmaking, you want to put Hyperdrive on gold, Handles for Days on gold, Quick First Step on gold. Then last, you just want to put Tight Handles on gold. So that's going to be it for the playmaking. Now last, for the defense and rebounding category, you just want to put Clamps on gold, then Interceptor on silver. So that's gonna be it for all of the best badges to use with this James Harden build. Like always, let me know in the comment section if you plan on making this build. If you want my honest opinion of this build after playing with it for the past week, this build can shoot from just about anywhere. If you get Blinders and Deadeye on Hall of Fame, this build is basically unstoppable. You can shoot in people's faces, you can shoot when they're closing out. The build can shoot from just about anywhere. And even though we only have 12 playmaking badge upgrades, this build can actually dribble very well. I hope you're able to see it in the gameplay. Now, if you guys have any suggestions on other NBA players or Hall of Famers I should make here on 2K22, go ahead and drop the names down in the comment section. I want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. I also want to remind you all to make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you comment who you think I should make next. Now with all that being said, you already know, I still hope to see you all in my next video.